Hello, everybody out there. I'm Adam Lane Smith, the attachment specialist. It's good to talk with you guys again. Last week, I was out because I was podcasting. You guys are going to see a lot of that on the I Wish You Knew podcast channel. If you didn't know I have a podcast, you do now. The I Wish You Knew podcast. You can see me on there coaching live people, real people, by the way, who came in with attachment challenges. You can even see me coaching some celebrities over there, actually. You're also going to see me in discussing very interesting relationship dynamics, realities, science, cutting edge research, all kinds of things with experts from all over the world. Make sure you check out the I Wish You Knew podcast. We filmed a lot of episodes last week. I'm back today, and today I would love to talk with you about your attachment patterns and the attachment challenges you are experiencing in your life. Today, all about attachment, live Q&A. What are you struggling with? What are the challenges you might be experiencing? What problems are you facing? Where are you struggling right now? Today, live Q&A, drop over in the chat and let me know. If you don't know your attachment style, I'd love for you to take my free attachment assessment quiz. It's linked right now in a pinned comment, by the way. It says, do you know your attachment style? Take my free attachment quiz. Click on that link. You can take the free attachment quiz. You go through it. You generate the whole thing. It takes a little bit of time. Warning out there, it's very real and it's very intense. We tried to put everything in there to actually make it an authentic assessment experience. Some people have told me it made them cry a little bit because they were going through such real, raw experiences. Just putting that out there. Be advised, okay? Don't take it in public. Don't take it at work. But take that quiz, understand your attachment style and what you can do going forward to build different relationships. Today, live Q&A. What challenges might you be experiencing? Let's talk very quickly about attachment patterns. As you're dropping questions in chat, you're right down here. As you're dropping those questions in, let me talk to you about what a pattern is. An attachment pattern comes from your attachment algorithm, which is the beliefs you hold inside. It could be if you're anxiously attached, I don't deserve love. I don't deserve to feel cared for. No one will ever stay with me. People are going to abandon me. If I'm inconvenient, people love me less, right? When people are away from me, they are actively falling out of love with me. And I have to get them back, convince them to even come back. And then I have to convince them that I'm worth staying with. Anxiously attached people have those beliefs in their head. For avoidantly attached people, it might be other people are not to be trusted. Other people will let me down every time. Other people will use my emotions against me. Other people may not be evil, but they are unstable and they are not worthy of my trust and I can't relax in their presence. And if I commit to them, they will leverage that against me and something bad is going to happen, right? Avoidantly attached people. That's your algorithm. These are the beliefs that run in your head. Now it leads into your attachment pattern. Now the attachment pattern is this. You have those beliefs and then there's something that activates called a trigger, something that triggers that response in your brain. And you say, oh no, this thing reminds me of this other experience I had way back here. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain does this. And as we're going, guys, drop your questions, drop your Q&A questions over there in the chat, relationship questions, attachment questions, all of those, drop them there. I'm here to answer them today, live Q&A. As you go through this pattern, you have a trigger. If you're anxiously attached, someone doesn't text you back. They have a weird look on their face and you assume it's because they don't like you. Your amygdala will hallucinate fears at a 340% additional rate of neutral face means bad, right? Very often, unfortunately, the research shows this. So the amygdala activates on those triggers more often, detects triggers more often, hallucinates triggers more often. You didn't text me back. You responded with one word instead of a sentence. You didn't really answer my question. You're not even bothering to communicate with me. I haven't heard from you in a day or so. You came home and you looked really frustrated, and I don't know why. It might be my fault. Trigger, okay? If you're avoidantly attached, my partner is over texting me. I can't get away and get time to myself. They seem really upset, and I'm wondering if it's something I have to take care of. They said they want to talk to me later. It's probably going to be to take something from me. They're talking about commitment. They probably want more than I'm able to give them. They want to swallow my life whole and take me in and not let me escape. Trigger, okay? It creates some of what we've talked about here called a prediction. My brain predicts you're going to overwhelm me. You're going to abandon me. You're going to hurt me. You're going to betray me. You're going to walk away. You don't love me anymore. Prediction. Something terrible is about to happen. I can prevent it. Reaction down at the bottom. Okay. Trigger, prediction, reaction. It's a big wheel that runs like this. Reaction. I frantically flood you with a million text messages to get your attention. I beg you not to leave me, even if we didn't have a fight yet. I think that you are going to overwhelm me, so I pull back and withdraw. Right? I do the opposite of what I think is about to happen, or I do something to correct a problem that I'm predicting is there. Problem is, you're reacting usually to the amygdala hallucinating. So you're having a hallucination and reacting to a hallucination with overwhelming fear and flooding, and it's visible. You're running away, you're having a fight, you're starting a fight, you're begging, you're pleading, you're having a bid for attention, you're getting more and more emotional. That reaction doesn't look, how do I want to say? It doesn't look stable or predictable or safe to other people who observe it. So your partner, your friend, whoever it is around you goes, whoa, and they back off, or they're confused, they pull away, or they push in further. If you're avoidant, they chase because they feel that you're abandoning them. And people are both running these algorithms and these patterns in their head, by the way, at the same time. So the anxious person doesn't get a text back and predicts something bad's about to happen and sends a flood of messages. The avoidant person hasn't texted back because they wanted a little space because they're feeling overwhelmed, gets a flood of messages and feels like they're going to be engulfed. So they withdraw, and it creates this perpetual loop cycle, right? Now that you've reacted in a way that makes other people pull back, your brain confirms. Confirmation is the next point. This is called a confirming experience. Your brain confirms, I knew it. Something bad was about to happen. You were going to abandon me. You asked 50 times, are you mad at me? And they said, well, now kinda. I knew it. You were angry at me, right? Reconfirmation. Your brain says, pats on the back, good job, me. I was appropriately terrified. And in fact, in the future, my real problem was I wasn't scared enough and I didn't react fast enough. The amygdala and the limbic system. I see some questions. I'm going to take those in just a moment. Let me finish this thought. The amygdala and the limbic system react at 1/10 of a second. Okay. Your nervous system reacts at 1/2 of a second. It's about 5 times slower for your conscious brain. Your prefrontal cortex is what I should say. Your prefrontal cortex reacts at a half a second, 5 times slower than your reaction cycle. So you've already started this wheel before you even have a conscious thought. That's why you can't outrun it. Now, what we have to do is called an interrupt, a pattern interrupt. You have to cut that pattern at a certain place. And instead of having a confirming experience, you have to have what's called a disconfirming experience. I catch the pattern, I pause it, I react, I change, I reset, I do something completely different with a different skill set. And then I create a different experience, which is called a disconfirming experience for my fear cycle, and break the loop. And I break the loop and break the loop and break the loop and break the loop and create new neural pathways in my brain that now create different beliefs. And that's how you overwrite your attachment algorithm, which is what we call changing your attachment style. This is how you become remade secure. I'm going to jump over here and take your guys' questions. Keep dropping them. If this is making sense, give me a yes in the chat. Market Trooper. Hi, Adam. I'm so grateful for your work. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm QFA. A few DAs in my history. I'm a bit more secure. I've retreated from love altogether. Never had a boyfriend. Lots of shame attached to it. Don't know how to react. No idea how to show interest or stop being an ice princess. Put it goes against all my instincts. Would rather run to the hills and grow carrots at this point. I hear you loud and clear. Quiet, disorganized is often what we call it. You're quiet, fearful, avoidant is what you've said there. I hear. I got you. Quiet, disorganized. Generally speaking, quiet, disorganized is one of the hardest to fix alone because your brain will sabotage you at every point because your brain doesn't even see possibilities yet. For example, it hasn't sorted out that there's a group of people that will want this connection with you. They desire this connection, this openness, this safety, this conversation with you, right? I've never had a boyfriend and I'm ashamed of that. Women don't really have to be ashamed of that. That's not a bad thing, right? A lot of it is how you frame the story and how you explain, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's what I've learned. Here's what I've experienced. Here's what I want now, right? There has to be an aspect of that and being able to identify what you even want. Big problem for quiet disorganized is they usually don't know what they're allowed to want. They don't know what they're allowed to say or feel. It's a lot of what am I allowed to do and who wants what from me. And then being able to sort out which people are actually going to work with you to build a life that you'd want. One great phrasing I'm going to give you right now that can get you started a little bit as a beginning step is under what conditions? Under what conditions would I be joyful to be in a relationship? I want you to think of it that way. Your system shouldn't say, under what conditions could I tolerate a relationship? Under what conditions would I be joyful to be in a relationship? Give that a try. See if you can map that out. If you can't, me and my team are here to help, by the way, but under what conditions? It's a good mental practice. Andrea Johnson asking for insight, DAFA guy. Now, those are two very different things. Is he avoidant or disorganized, right? Which one is it? You got to distinguish that. I've been dating off and on for 18 months, is in therapy and EMDR and on ADHD pills. He's gradually opened up each time we connect. I'm secure now on ADHD pills. Okay. So you're both taking ADHD medications. He admitted overwhelmed by intensity and pressure. He also admitted therapy's not always working. How to introduce attachment videos without him feeling I'm controlling how he addresses improvement. He's disorganized mostly. Andrea, I'm a big advocate for collaborative relationships. A lot of us are going, how do I push the right button to get you to change? And this is called manipulation. Now, not all manipulation is exploitative, hurtful, harmful, damaging. There's, I care about you and want you to feel better, so I'm going to manipulate you subtly in non-harmful, non-exploitative ways. But this is still manipulation, and this still comes from insecure attachment. This is not in any way to criticize you, by the way. People with insecure attachment styles growing up, this is a natural default until you correct this. But your brain is still saying, how do I introduce him to attachment videos without provoking this kind of a feeling in him so that he will do this, right? Because your brain wants a certain outcome. I want to achieve that outcome. To get there, I think I have to do this, but I'm trying to avoid this. This is too much. Right? This is too much. Playing chess with other people, and he's disorganized mostly. Playing chess with other people like that, actually, that is the core of an insecure relationship. If you want to make it disastrously bad, try to find subtle ways to sneak in attachment, right? And I don't think you're trying to do that, by the way. I'm trying to let you know, like, this is the trap your brain is in. How do I achieve that outcome by doing this thing without provoking this response? The answer is that he's a human being you can and should work with. If you can't work with him transparently, then you shouldn't be in a relationship with him at all. And most women fall into this trap of, well, I can't work together with any man ever on the planet because men don't work with you. So, and unfortunately, men fall into that trap with women quite often too. No woman on the planet will ever work with anyone. So no, right? Hey, sir, there's a video that I think would actually really help. I'm a little nervous about introducing it to you because I'm afraid you'll take it as criticism for how you're handling things. I don't mean it that way. What I'd really like is to explore a new possibility with you just to see if this idea resonates at all. It's something that's been helpful for me. It could be helpful for both of us. Are you open to watching this and then talking about it afterward? See how that's collaborative? You're explaining why you're doing it, and then you make the request. Here's a thing I'd like for us to be able to do together. Here's what I'm concerned about, and let me clarify my intentions. Now let me do the ask. 1, 2, 3. Make sense? It's a little bit of a taste of secure relationships right there, but that's what I would recommend. Okay. I would give that a shot. That's how you can invite somebody into watching one of these videos and having one of these conversations with you. If you're afraid he will misconstrue your intentions as that, the best thing you can do is clarify to him what your intentions are right up front. Otherwise, he will misconstrue your intentions. We talked about the amygdala hallucinating a moment ago. Re-examination show. How useful do you find MBTI, Myers-Briggs? I'm familiar. In terms of knowing individuals addressing relationships between types. Thanks for the show. I don't really dive into the MBTI as much. I'm not trying to change personality traits. What we're trying to do is change the way we relate to other human beings. It turns out all of the styles and all of the types in this regard, all of the types need to communicate in roughly the same way for human relationships to work. The collaboration approach, right? Now, can your personality impact your attachment style? And can your attachment style shape that version of your personality you're going to get? Yes, it can. Absolutely. It absolutely can make changes. Changing into the secure version of yourself means becoming the best version of your type and then becoming a person who can relate with other people. That's what I have found. So the answer is always to fix the attachment first. Would you recommend internal family systems for disorganized? You did great work on soft white underbelly. Thank you. I appreciate that. Great podcast. I love that. I'm glad that was helpful for you. Internal family systems. A lot of my clients that come to me in coaching, I was a marriage and family therapist for many years, guys. A lot of my clients who come to me in coaching now have been in therapy for 10 plus years, some of them 20 plus years. Internal family systems, IFS, is one of those things that they do report was helpful. But again, a lot of that is prefrontal cortex sort of work, which goes away when your limbic system fires off. Remember that we don't want to go inward to fix our problems. We are relational beings, and our attachment issues formed in our relationships externally in childhood. We do need to go external to fix our relationships. That's why I teach the skills and experiences model now with me and my team. The skills and experiences model is what creates lasting change. It's proven through neuroscience. Internal family systems can shift some of the ways we think to get us ready for relational work, and that can help. I've seen that be helpful at times. Doing IFS in conjunction with a skills and experiences model, I have found some people to find helpful as well. Derek, this question might be too difficult to answer. If we as a people need to learn the skills to attach to one another, how are we going to connect when we men have the sword of Damocles hanging over us? I hear that all the time, Derek. I hear a lot of fear from men that I am simply going to be destroyed because at any time, any woman on the planet could A, B, and C. And the problem there that I hear a lot is essentially every woman on the planet is just one heartbeat away from becoming a complete and total sociopath. There are no variables I can track. Everything is equally terrifying, and there is no hope. That's what I often hear, and a lot of women say the same about men. This is what's called othering. The othering is that group of people is not like me. They are not really capable of discipline or empathy or trustworthiness. They don't operate based on their values or ethics or goals. I can't predict what they'll do, and at any moment they can snap and become a complete sociopath. At any moment, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that's the reflection that a lot of men in the dating pool today have. It's a sense of helplessness. I'm here to tell you that there are a number of very important key variables to be tracking. Human relationships, especially in this regard, it is the relational aspect that prevents those issues, the flips. Even not that every person is a sociopath, certainly, or that all women or all men are in that area, but preventing the damage to relationships. If you're ever curious about some of the variables, I wrote a book right up here called Exhausted Wives, Bewildered Husbands. It's available on Amazon, showing the majority of divorces and why they happen. It's available right now. I wrote that book specifically to answer some of that question. But I know that those variables are trackable and manageable. I know that we can bring divorce risks down to under 1%, very close to 0% for each couple if we want to, and if they're willing to do the work. I'm chasing a girl with fearful avoidant. This is already a problem. No judgment, but this is already a problem. I know she likes me at the same time, so afraid. She blocked all the social media to me and I can't contact her. May I have some advice? I would highly recommend you stop chasing her. What's probably happening is you're dopamine addicted to her, most likely, and that's causing a fearful spike in you because you're panicking because now this person who's giving you this hormone that's intensely important for you is provoking a chase and fear and abandonment response. You need to manage your nervous system, step back, breathe, manage your nervous system, improve your friendships and family relationships where possible, get your oxytocin needs met there, and then calmly seek a partner who is going to be more stable and steady. Very important that you do that. If you need help with that, me and my team are here for that, by the way. King Blaze Dog. I'm dating a woman with avoidant tendencies, past cheating trauma, but does repair work. After intense closeness, she gets overstimulated. Recently, she said she needs space. It's been 3 weeks. I'm the more anxious partner who's been consistent patient. Is full no contact the best way to give her more space to potentially miss me to re-engage? I am not at all a fan of using no contact with somebody to try to get like more passion and desire. I really don't see that working. Usually going full no contact makes the other person assume that you've abandoned and walked away from them, so they disconnect from you quite often. If she's got cheating trauma, like you said, the way you phrased it, she really needs to manage that and manage her nervous system. The both of you need to have calmer conversations about expectations, ethics, goals. Why would each of you not cheat because of who you are, not for the feelings you have? You're going to have those conversations that bring more consistency and safety to both of you. and then resolve your attachment challenges, not only with each other, but with family and friend networks so that you can get more stabilized. It's going to have to be mandatory for you guys to do that. Conversation is really what's needed, not distance. I'm not a fan of using, and I understand why, but using no contact to try to rekindle that. It's not the case. And guessing how much time and space she needs, also not a good move. Having a conversation about that to be proactive, that's better. Kaylee, I'm highly disorganized and dating an avoidant. We both trigger each other to shut down, but trying to be secure. He's unaware I'm working on it, so it's very hard to stall. He's unaware that I'm working on it. It's so very hard to stay peaceful and calm. Why is he unaware that you're working on it? Help me understand, Kaylee. Any pointers how to manage my anxiety and stay peaceful and calm? Why are you doing this as a solo activity? Why doesn't he understand? Why doesn't he know? Why are you not being transparent about the challenges and what you're doing about it and how he could assist you? What's going on there? Help me understand, because that's a key dynamic there. You're talking about co-regulating, actually, is the missing piece, co-regulating. I'm doing internal family systems with other somatic CBT psychodynamics. Again, a lot of that is going to go inward, inward, inward. I'm going to fix me. 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 I'll spend the next 15 years going inward and understanding myself better. I'm more interested in how do I build better relationships today, tomorrow, and next week so I can begin living better, right? This is the death trap of a lot of therapy and self-help, self-improvement, healing groups and stuff like that. I will go into myself to fix myself. Well, you didn't get broken inside of yourself. You got wounded in your relationships, is the term people often like to use, is wounded. That's why they have healing. I don't even say that. You adapted into certain environments, is the way I like to phrase it. And you're not really going to change by going inward. That's not your environment. Edge Constantino. I'm an anxious attachment dating someone who just admitted he cheated. It keeps me anxious. How to address this with him? So he cheated on you, and that's making you more anxious, and you're trying to figure out how to help him feel better, and you're tiptoeing around his feelings and wondering if your anxious behaviors are causing the cheating. Is that I'm trying to understand. I'm very curious. It sounds like you guys really probably need to have some very intense conversations about building safety and predictability into the relationship. Guys, I'll say this. It's a man's job in a relationship to provide the 4 levels of safety. The 4 levels of safety are mandatory in a relationship, and a man must be the one enacting them. Mandatory for a relationship to work. Now, a woman has to be able to receive those 4 levels of safety and in return give 4 levels of something else. So a woman's nervous system, she has to be calm and regulated enough to receive safety, but he must be providing it. That's very key here. Jesus is king. Amen. Nice to see you. What if you are already married without oxytocin? Getting oxytocin from family members feels wrong. Getting oxytocin from family members shouldn't feel wrong. Getting oxytocin is a natural human experience you can get from petting a dog or holding your child, hugging your best friend, having a good conversation with your dad, sharing a cup of tea with your mom, right? Going on a fun family vacation. These are oxytocin driven experiences. Now, getting deeper oxytocin with your partner through touch, love, laughter, play, yes, in the bedroom, all of that is also rich. The research shows that if you're not getting oxytocin from anyone else, just from one person, you're hyperfixating, like most anxiously attached people do, into a single human who provides every drop of oxytocin. Your nervous system is designed to spike and get more obsessive, more fearful, and more scared, and then more out of control because that person is your one and only source of oxytocin, and we're not meant to live that way. I heard EMDR is used as therapy and attachment issues. I don't understand why that would help trauma and nervous system responses. That's something your team. So I love EMDR because it can remove trauma responses and make it easier for you to not go through the loop of painful things that you do. The problem with EMDR, it's not really a problem, but the thing about EMDR and why it doesn't fix attachment issues is because it doesn't show you what to do. It doesn't give you positive experiences. It doesn't teach you new skills. It doesn't help you connect to somebody who cares about you, receive that care, and change your neural pathways because of the care you receive. My team often, we don't do EMDR. We might send someone and recommend EMDR to them if their nervous system responses are so extreme they can't stabilize to even have a conversation. Then we might say you should also look at EMDR, potentially connect to a practitioner, do that. We don't perform EMDR, but we do that next piece. When you are stable enough to have conversations, now we teach you the skills. Now we guide you through the experiences. Now we direct you into those disconfirming experiences that grow different neural pathways. That's the piece. Make sure you guys, by the way, the attachment quiz that I have linked over there in the pinned comment. If you don't know your attachment style or you'd love to confirm it with my really in-depth assessment over there, take the attachment style assessment. Okay, it's free. It's a little pinned in a comment right over there. Make sure that you guys take that so that you learn or confirm. You might be surprised by some of the results. Purvi Patel, my avoidant fearful, always says he's struggling and he feels very anxious when I go out. Why is that? It sounds like his nervous system is wildly dysregulated. Is it dysregulated because of his own past histories and he's not managing it? Or is it dysregulated because you've cheated on him 12 times in the last month that you've gone out? I'm not sure what the circumstance might be. But if he's anxiously awaiting your arrival and fearful that you're leaving, that would be an attachment issue, right? It could be emotional impermanence. It could be that separation anxiety feature. It could be wondering what you're going to do. It could be fearing abandonment. There's so many things. I would check out some of the videos here on my channel about loud disorganized. You said avoidant, fearful, avoidant. I understand. It's loud disorganized is usually what that is. Check out some of the videos about disorganized attachment style here on my channel. That should help. Very true. Learning how to live well is a skill you can't fix with a pill. Correct. You just can't. You have to actually have experiences. Thank you, Adam. I want the conversations we have before. King Blaze Dog. I want the conversations. But now that we're in the space phase, I don't know how to do this. She confirmed last night and until otherwise, the space phase is still intact. Okay. Is she saying we cannot speak at all? Don't even approach me. It is indefinite and completely open-ended. I have absolute control and you're not able to approach me in any way, shape, or form. Is she saying that to you? Because that is a whole new level of control and disregard for a human being. So you tell me. I actually think that arbitrary no contact is, quite frankly, one of the most harmful things you can do to another person if they aren't harming you. We are going to completely separate. I'm not even going to have a conversation with you about it. I have decided it for myself. You are not allowed to approach me. Okay? That conversation and relationship is done from my perspective. Can an anxious attachment be secure attachment? By definition, no. Or we just stay anxious and need to learn to be calm. Can you become secure? Maybe you're asking. Yes. So as I've updated the field of attachment theory, right, into attachment science, there are 8 attachment styles. One of them is remade secure. That is the target for all of this, you guys, is not to stay the way that you are, to become remade secure, to become secure in your attachment instead. That is the target here. How do I become remade secure? How do I change my attachment style through changing my neural pathways to become secure? And the answer is learn more skills that I need, that I've been missing, and map out specific experiences that change my brain and repeat those experiences externally with other human beings who are receptive and caring to remap my brain's pathways about how people will react and the variables I need to be tracking. That's how you do it. My team and I have helped thousands and thousands of people do this. Are there any resources about fixing relational issues above the therapies? Absolutely. Everything I create, welcome. Everything I make is designed to help you fix relational issues apart from therapy. Everything. If you want to start over in the chat, the pinned comment with my free attachment styles assessment, go take that. It will show you what your style is, plus some next steps you can take. We might recommend some resources to you. You're here on my YouTube channel. I have a tremendous amount of materials here. If you go to my website, adamlanesmith.com, where that attachment assessment is housed, you'll see free blog posts. You'll see my free newsletter. I definitely recommend you guys sign up for my free newsletter. I just released, I think a month ago or so, I released a free video course to them where they all got a free video course continuous for a period of time where they got to just watch this extended thing for free, you guys, right? Go check that out. It's now a paid course on the website. I have paid courses on the website. I have coaching with me and my team. I have all of these resources on adamlanesmith.com. I would highly recommend, if you guys are wanting to fix this, go check out those resources. We are here to help. We're here to help you do everything I'm describing here today. Everything I'm describing here today. Mia Mickey, married to a disorganized attachment. He refuses to talk about anything that has to do with feelings. He gets triggered by small things. Okay. What's your question? Because that sounds rough. Kaylee, he doesn't want to be psychoanalyzed. We did love language quiz. He was receptive with my results. Reading his, he reacted strongly and shut down. How can I approach the subject without pushing him away or shutting him down? Hello, sir. I'd like to improve our relationship and work on this together. One thing I noticed was last time when we tried that, you seemed like, I don't know if it hurt you, but you shut down pretty quick. I'd love to investigate new things with you. What can we do together to help prevent that shutdown from happening? And are you opening to learning some new things? You help me solve the problem. That's a conversation. It's adorable in dating when a man is emotionally shut down, dysregulated, untrustworthy, and can't provide any emotional safety. So you have to walk on eggshells. Ladies, I know it's totally adorable when he's doing that in the first 6 months to a year of dating. It is less adorable when you get married, live together, own a home together, your retirement plans are together, maybe you have kids and grandkids together. Lot less adorable. So you need to weed them out at the beginning by having conversations that can break you up. You have to. And if you can't do that, attachment issues. That's what's going on. They're preventing you. My AV ghosted me. Is that avoidant? Ghosted me. Days later, apologized, took accountability, said he wanted to work it out. A month later, I tried twice for a call. He changed 5 minutes before. I went silent. Am I wrong? He's inconsistent. Well, again, so what I said a little bit earlier still holds. The man is responsible for providing emotional safety in a relationship. A woman must be calm and regulated enough to receive safety when he's giving it. And then there's something else that she gives in return besides the safety, but he needs to be building the safety. So ladies, if a man is taking away your safety, it is not only your right, but actually your obligation to let him know it's happening and ask him how to build it back, but he's going to have to take an active part. Otherwise, you ladies, you will end up as his mother and you're going to mother him and tiptoe around on eggshells, which again will be really adorable for the first 6 months. And after that, really exhausting, and you'll get more and more bitter and resentful, to be honest. I just started coaching. Glad you're here, mighty one. I'm loud, disorganized. I feel that way only because I have held in resentment towards my avoidant. He doesn't clarify anything. I'm confused. If you're in coaching, you said you started coaching. Hopefully that's with me and my team, if that's what you're saying. What we're going to then show you is exactly how to start building those conversations to get that clarification and pushing on him to have those conversations. We'll show you how to work with him in a way that shouldn't provoke him. We don't like to provoke people on purpose. You're not doing things to push a response or hurt anybody. But the conversations you need to have in a secure format to begin building a relationship that feels safe and embracing for both of you. That's going to be really crucial. You said you just started coaching. If that's with me and my team, that's something that we should be teaching you. Thank you for your videos. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Iris, thank you so much for helping us. You're very welcome. Thank you, guys. It's nice to be thanked. Just finished your soft white underbelly video. Great. Thank you. I was so relieved to hear what you had to say. Can't wait to get my relationship back on track, us to live together and happy. Thank you so much for your advice. You're very, very welcome. Very welcome. Anything you need to help that happen, check in with me and my team. You can begin over in, well, for me, it's actually over here. So it's pinned in chat. Chat's over here for me. Free attachment styles assessment. Highly recommend you guys take that. You partners, you and your partner can take it separately. gives you your results. It's a very in-depth process, gives you your results, shows you some next steps. Me and my team, if you want, can be in contact with you after that to make sure that you get whatever you might need. We can show you some resources that may be helpful. Make sure you check out that free attachment styles assessment, though, right there. Very great place to start. Or if you're ready, if you just want some resources, jump in, hit contact on the website, just email us. Hey, I need this. Here's what we want. What are my options? Let us know that too. Website's got a lot of stuff on it. Hannah Davis, advice for two disorganized attachments, highly traumatized, easily triggered, stuck in a bad communication loop that's ruining everything. Get some help. Honestly, it's one of the biggest dynamics that me and my team work on a lot. It's very, very hard to fix a pattern like that yourselves because your amygdalas, the fear center of your brain, are going to hallucinate fears, and then that's going to activate the other person to hallucinate fears. And if you don't have a third party that you can trust, you're both going to cycle on your fears and hallucinations like this till it just causes so much destruction one of you gives up. That's usually the pattern. Get some help. If you want to stabilize and work on that with me and my team, we specialize in this sort of thing. We specialize in attachment and managing people through this. So you're welcome to contact us, but best thing I can tell you is get a third party you actually trust. Is the dating market really as bad as the internet says, or attachment wounds give tunnel vision? It is as bad as people say because of attachment issues. Remember that the healthiest, most secure people get out of the dating market very quickly. And the dating market rewards attachment issues in particular right now. It's not that everyone out there is horrible and it's terrible and there's no hope. That's not the case at all. But it is an ugly dating market that rewards and incentivizes unhealthy, insecure behaviors. If you can practice secure behaviors, me and my team teach the 3-date method, the 3 types of compatibility, and chemistry, how specifically to use dating apps. If you're going to alternate methods that are better than dating apps, we have a lot of single people come into us and then we get them into relationships. I love getting the wedding invitations from those. I got a wedding invitation 3 weeks ago from a guy who came in like that, taught him the methods, found a great partner, getting married very, very soon. Shout out to you if you know who you are. All right, I've got about 5 minutes left, guys. Iris, I'm currently getting to know a man that's finishing his PhD, working in management and college students. He's very kind, IQ, communicate well. The problem is he smokes weed every other day, not physically healthy, doesn't go to the gym, doesn't eat healthy, drinks often. I notice he is not as organized about his career and money as I am. His good attributes are everything I've always wanted, but I don't seem to like him more. Can you help me understand why? It sounds like he has a lot of coping behaviors for his stress. He has a lot of binging behaviors. He's not in control of his nervous system. So you're innately not trusting him, right? Again, a man creates safety in a relationship and he's not. He's giving you flags that he actually doesn't feel safe himself. He doesn't feel settled. He's coping. He's managing. He's using multiple substances to try to scrape by. He's holding things together, but not in the best way. This is not a judgment on him, but it is your nervous system responding to somebody who doesn't have control and therefore can't create the safety you're probably looking for. The fact that you're tracking those things, maybe you have a little bit more of an avoidant bend. Maybe you're more survival focused. It's not a dig at you, by the way. It's just you're more survival focused. You're practical. Your metric for safety will be a little bit higher, right? Your desire for safety in a man is going to go a little bit higher as well. Your expectations will go up a little bit. Not like money wise. You're not, gold digger is the term they often use. That's not the case here. Or I don't know with you, but that's not the case. That's not what I'm describing. You're going to prioritize safety a little bit differently, and especially self-discipline safety. Totally fine. Totally normal. Have a conversation, right? Hey, I've noticed that you do these things. I'll be honest with you. I think that you're incredible over here. I'm a little concerned about what this would mean long term as a prospect for like a partnership. Can you tell me what's happening here? Why are you making these choices? How are they in alignment with your goals and the way you present yourself? What is this doing? It unsettles me a little bit. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying this is unsettling. Having those conversations with him, really important to be able to focus on that. If you can have those conversations, boom, you'll see what he does. Does he take your questions and those little pieces and say, you know what, you're right. I've been letting myself drip too far. I've been holding back too far. I'm complacent. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I do need to fix this. Thank you for the call out. I'm going to get on this immediately. And then he does. That would help you actually build a tremendous amount of respect and probably desire for him because you'd feel safe with him. Right now, your system is suppressing that most likely because it doesn't feel safe with him. It's flagging differently. Lady of the Wood. Avoidant, loud, disorganized. Husband wants sexy selfies. Okay. He's also threatening divorce. He says I owe him dopamine so he'll be able to attract to me again. Should I do it? If it was me, I absolutely would not. That sounds like what we call porn brain. You are a woman and you should provide me with dopamine. Dopamine does not fix relationships. Okay. There's a whole secure love formula that me and my team teach. It's attraction plus commitment divided by cortisol. Attraction is oxytocin plus dopamine plus GABA. He's not even doing the full attraction equation. He's doing the porn brain equation of dopamine versus cortisol. That's it. Dopamine versus cortisol. He has completely negated oxytocin, which actually is the primary driver of the male sex drive after the first year of a relationship, and female driver of the sex drive after the first year, by the way. So oxytocin is highly necessary. And especially if someone's threatening divorce, I certainly wouldn't give them incriminating photos in that way. So no, for me, absolutely not. But that's worth a great conversation about, like, why are we focusing on the dopamine aspect? Why aren't we focusing on the oxytocin, the vasopressin, the serotonin? Why aren't we focusing on the rest of the equation and actually building a loving, intimate relationship together? Why aren't we doing this? Could we do this? Are you open to this? That would be the conversation to have. Not, okay, here's some nudes, right? Not going to work. I've never seen a relationship dynamic on the edge of the divorce that got fixed by nudes. I'll just say, or dopamine. Not really how the game works. I think I missed some. I've got about 2 minutes. Yes, it's coaching with your team. Mighty One, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Adam, for all you do. Feeling blessed to have discovered a few months ago. Wonderful. Okay, so that's what they'll be walking you through then, is those things that we discussed a moment ago. That's the pathway here. That's it. Okay. I'm here if you need any help or support during that process. I have great faith in my team. I've handpicked and certified those coaches myself, so I know that they're solid. But you let me know as you go through. Anything you need, we are here to help and support. Okay. Keep us updated and keep your coach updated as you go through it. Make sure you're getting what you're looking for. Keep verbal with them. Yes, I like this. I'd like more of this. I'd like to focus here, less focus here, more over here. Have that conversation with them. Skills, experiences. That's what we do. All right, everybody. Great conversation today. Much love. And thank you for your trust here today. Make sure you click that link pinned over in the chat. It's actually over here for me. Click that link pinned over in the chat. I think it's reversed for you guys. That's why I'm pointing over there. Take your free attachment styles assessment. Get to know yourself a little bit deeper. Even if you know your style, confirm it with our assessment. Much more deep and practical. Make sure you check in there. And then if you need any help while you're on the website, check out the blog. Check out the newsletter, subscribe to my free newsletter, and send us a contact. If you have any questions, you need resources, you need help, we are here to assist. Take care of yourselves, you guys. I will see you again very soon.